Welcome to our brief recap of our visit to the senior classrooms where we presented the Senior College and Career Unit. This will be a brief overview of how we spent our 2 days with seniors in the senior classrooms. Day one, we will do an information session. We'll have all the students log on to Access and complete a financial aid sort, update their personal learning and career plan, and work on their scholarship portfolio. And the scholarship portfolio template has been emailed to all seniors. It's also available on Counselor's Corner. The second day, we discussed the college essay and gave students time to work on their essay, which they also use as their quarterly writing assessment. Students would write an essay and turn it in on turnitin.com by the end of the period to their teacher.
So to get information or to get on Counselor's Corner, go to the KPSD website, click on schools, type in Soldotna High School, and then when you go there, you can click on Counseling Corner, which is up at the top right, and then you can see a picture of us, the current staff in the counseling department, and all of our presentations, our permission slips, information about athletics, testing, you name it, is available on Counselor's Corner. It's a great resource. So Counselor's Corner is a great resource. Also, One Stop on KPBSD's website is great. You click on the one, and on the left-hand side it says Scholarship Database. These are scholarships that are updated weekly. The ones at the top are the ones that are due. So this is, again, a great resource. Lots of available scholarships. So for Jumpstart, just an update. A lot of juniors and seniors are familiar. If you're interested in taking a class at KPC, first step is to take either the AccuPlacer or the ALEX. Those are placement tests for math and English. You can call the Student Services Office. The number's available right there to you to make an appointment. Remember that juniors and seniors can take up to 2 classes each semester for the Jumpstart tuition rate. And do know that there was a change, so now if students take 100 level or higher classes worth 3 or more credits at KPC, they can get 1 full credit versus a half credit here at SOHI.
And remember, as always, when we're talking about post-secondary, we're talking about all the different types of opportunities for training after high school, including apprenticeship programs, flight schools, career and technical and vocational programs, community colleges or junior colleges, and 4-year universities. When you're looking at programs, remember to consider the admissions requirements, whether or not they offer the program of study that you're interested in, whether or not you're going to be comfortable in an urban or a rural setting, how much does it cost, is there housing, and is housing required for freshmen, and also how are they doing getting their students employed after graduation.
So some terms to think about when you start doing college applications. There's some terms such as early decision and early action. There's some things to keep in mind with these. Early decision would be you'd apply in early fall and you'd learn of the decision in December, and you have only 2 weeks to accept or reject the offer. If you accept this, you have to withdraw all of their applications to other schools, and also we suggest only do this if you're 100% certain that's where you want to go. Early action is similar. You apply in the early fall. You don't learn of the school's decision until January 1st, and you have until May to decide whether to accept or decline, and you may apply to other schools. So some other types of applications and admissions that would be important to know about are regular admissions, which is the most commonly used application process. Check with the college for their deadline, apply. Or rolling admissions is when seniors apply beginning in the fall of their senior year, and the decision is made as soon as the application is complete. Open admissions is for the UA system, and basically it's any qualified applicant, you have a diploma, they're admitted, and that would be open admissions, and that'd be UA system. The last two would be deferred admissions. If you get accepted but you decide to take a gap year and maybe travel or do a mission, make sure you double check with the college to see if they allow this and what the process is. And the last is a wait list. Oftentimes for really competitive schools, qualified candidates could be placed on this list after they've accepted their allotment, and so just be aware of that.
When you're going through the process of applying, make sure that you complete the application all the way. Take your time, meet your deadlines, plan ahead if you're going to be required to turn in letters of recommendation. Make sure to send your transcripts and test scores. I would narrow it down to 5 or 6 schools because each school does require a fee when you apply, and that can add up in a hurry. So maybe a couple of dream schools, a couple of reach schools, a couple of target schools, and a few safety schools that you know for sure that you're going to be able to get into. No matter what option you choose, you're going to have to take some kind of post-secondary assessment, whether it's SAT, ACT, AccuPlacer, ASVAB, or the Test of Adult Basic Education. Each program is going to require some kind of assessment. And we do have some test prep websites listed on Counselor's Corner you can take advantage of.
We always recommend, if possible, students and parents go visit the school. There's something about getting your feet on the ground, walking around the campus, getting a feel for the town to see if it's a fit for you. If you can do this, contact them ahead of time, bring your transcript and test scores, have questions ready. We have questions available on our post-secondary advising guide, which is also available on Counselor's Corner. Visit all the important places you want to see: library, dorms, financial aid office, etc. If you can't do that, consider Skyping or FaceTiming. And there's also some online options which are great, such as campustours.com or eCampus Tours. These really give you a way to look at the schools if you can't step foot on the campus.
If you're considering college athletics, please be aware that these organizations exist and that you need to register with them, send your transcripts, send your test scores, and be aware that they have specific requirements academically.
So WUI is a great program. It offers reduced non-resident tuition to residents in the West that are studying, and you're going out of state, and you're going to attend one of the 160 institutions in the region, and the eligible states and territories are listed here on the slide. So just to give you an idea for numbers, you can take a look at this slide to get an example of the savings. So a resident would be paying $10,000. A WUI would pay the resident tuition and a half. So they'd be paying $16,000 versus the non-resident. So you can see there's a considerable savings with this program. How do you qualify? Well, you have to be a resident of WICHE, that's the Western Interstate Commission on Higher Ed. It's the program, the nonprofit organization that runs WUI. You have to be a resident of a WICHE state or a WUI state, which you are if you're in Alaska. You apply to the institution you're interested in, and you have to meet their WUI requirements. So some things to think about is that there isn't always a general WUI application, so you would apply directly to the institution, but always call them and confirm that to make sure, hey, is there a separate application for WUI? Don't just assume that because you've applied, you're in the running. Always call and double check. Also make sure, look for early deadlines. Usually they're in January or February. It's first come, first serve. And also double check, make sure you meet the minimum GPA, SAT, ACT scores, and sometimes there's restrictions on the eligible or / popular majors such as nursing or engineering.
So part of the time that we're spending with seniors in the classrooms is working on the scholarship portfolio. Seniors, check your Gmail for the portfolio template, or look on Counselor's Corner and download that and change the sample template information to your template information. Also check your Gmail for scholarship notifications from the counselors, and also, as we mentioned before, check One Stop because all of the scholarships are listed there. We are going to conduct a search on Axis, AKCIS, with the students to do a scholarship search, but there are also a lot of other websites that you can use as tools to search for scholarships. One is fastweb.com. You create a profile and they match scholarships to your profile. Another is CapEx. And here are some other websites that you might want to consider looking for. These are all listed on Counselor's Corner, but these are all great resources in addition to the one that we're going to guide the students through on Axis. And also scholarships.com, that's another really great one.
So just a reminder about financial aid is fill out the FAFSA. You can start, it opens October 1st. So filling it out on October 1st of your senior year, it's based on your 2018 taxes. If you need help, please attend one of our 2 FAFSA completion workshops. One will be on Wednesday, October 9th from 5:30 to 7 in the library. The second will be on a Monday, November 18th from 5:30 to 7 in the library. And we will have a KPC representative from the financial aid office there to help you. It's not a formal presentation, so if you want to bring your documents in, it will give you time to sit and fill out your FAFSA with the student and the parent and ask questions. Also, contact the financial aid office of the schools you're applying to get more information from them.
So as we have students fill out the scholarship portfolio, also we refer to it as an academic resume. We also kind of refer to it as the brag sheet, but it's a compilation of all of your activities, volunteer work, and all of your involvements. So once you have that personal profile filled out, you can use it and hand it to someone and say, hey, would you write me a letter of recommendation? and they will be able to have all that detailed information about you to make the letter definitely a more detailed letter. We recommend asking 3 to 5 people. For sure, you're going to ask teachers and counselor, principal, coach, but also consider getting someone outside of the school, such as a community member or maybe a former employer or current employer. Ask it ahead of time, not at the last minute. Give them a deadline for when you need it back, and make sure that you give them your personal profile. We recommend that you attend all of our events that we do every year. We have the Post-Secondary Planning Night and the Financial Aid Night, and the FAFSA completion workshops, which are still coming up. Also, we have the 6th Annual College and Career Fair coming up on October 15th, open to the public from 9 to 1, but SOHI is also taking a bus over. We'll be leaving here at 9, and but it is, again, open to the public and it's a free event from 9 to 1.
So we wanted to show you that when we went into senior classes last year, they did the Compare Schools feature, but we also do the financial aid feature. And when we go into students' classrooms, they can access through PowerSchool. They click on the white arrow and click on the access tray. And when they get in there, they hover over education on the blue bar, and then they would find the financial aid sort, and that would get them into a profile where they would put in their personal information, and it would search nationwide all these scholarships that would match their profile. And that's what we did in Access. This is the last career lesson we're doing with seniors through Access. So day 2 is when we're in the classrooms and we're focusing on essays. So this is kind of what the layout looks like, is that we're talking about the essays and then work time to complete the personal narrative.
So for the essay and the college application process in general, and scholarship applications, we recommend that you start early, and that's why we're going into the classrooms in September to get students started on this. For starters, we have them do the academic resume or portfolio using the template that's on Counselor's Corner and in their Gmail. We want them to brainstorm topics for their essay. We have them do a 3 to 5 paragraph essay based on the prompts that are in the handout, also attached right on Counselor's Corner right next to this presentation. And they use the completed portfolio to apply for scholarships, and they will use that over and over again as a starting point when they are applying for scholarships. Some are turned into the counseling office and some are turned in online. Some of the tips that we have is to make sure that when you're writing an essay, choose a topic that will highlight you and really focus on what makes you different. Use your own voice. Don't be afraid to really let your voice shine through so that the person reading the essay can really get to know you a little bit better. Make sure that you have someone proofread it. Don't rely on the computer to spell check or catch mistakes. Make sure you have someone else read that essay.
So when we're in the classrooms, we also hand out an essay example to students, which I got from College Board. And so we read it through to the students, and then we would critique it.
So here's an example of the critique. We read the essay to the students. We talk about how the kids' sense of voice is really strong and that kind of thing. So we talk that through with the kids.
And this is available also on the attachments. We included that example essay.
Yep. And so then the students have a work day to finish their scholarship template, choose an essay prompt, and get the essay going. Also in the handouts, there are a variety of topics. We recommend that kids do at least 2 or 3 of the topics and have those ready for when it's time to apply for scholarships.
So again, we've already been over our events. So this is just an example of all the events that we have coming up.
And last but not least, we wanted to let you know that we're available for questions. Please reach out to us, email us, give us a call. We're happy to help, and we're also happy to have a personal appointment with you and your student. If watching this presentation didn't give you enough information, we're happy to sit down with you one-on-one and do the Access career lessons or help you work on your scholarship portfolio or potentially even proofread your essay with you. So thanks and have a great evening. Don't forget to sign up for Remind by texting @SOHI2020 to the number 81010 or download the Remind app.